Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching the 5th episode of Invincible. Whereas the 4th episode did sort of feel like a downgrade when it came to visuals, and a little bit of a suffering from middle chapter syndrome when it came to its storytelling, this is definitely a turning point in the story, where Mark faces a challenge that that he ultimately can't beat, and it feels like several things in his life are going to crash down at this point. But let's get to the story, shall we? The story actually partially focuses on the villain Titan, played by Mahershala Ali, who you might remember from the first episode. Turns out his family's in poverty, and he's working for a crime lord called Machine Head. So he manages to get Invincible's attention so he can help him deal with Machine Head and, help out the city in its own way. While that's going on, Omni-Man's wife, played by Sandra Oh, is finding out more and more exactly who her husband is, and we see that the various team members that Adam Eve left, the team that Rexplode, Robot, Monster Girl, and Shrinking Ray are a part of, they aren't exactly working well as a team, but they'll have to work pretty well in order to deal with the new criminals in the city. Yeah, even when there's not an alien invasion, there's of course still a ton of threats to deal with. But this episode, much like the others, have a lot of different plot elements going on, but it also has a really satisfying action scene at the end that not only is probably the bloodiest so far, but is probably going to be the one with the most lasting consequences. Not only do several important side characters have real injuries and end up coming out of the battle with worse for wear, but it also happens to be a turning point for Invincible as a character and provides a really cool twist that I didn't see coming. On top of that, we find that Adam Eve's parents didn't even want her to be a hero unless Rexplode was with her. And considering that her dad told her to forgive him after he cheated on her, it really makes me see the kind of person that he is, and that kind of person is not one that I'm a fan of. There's also a little bit more intrigue with the Mauler twins and with Robot, who I still don't know whose side he's even on at this point when it comes to his interactions with both our heroes and our villains. And the same goes for Cecil and his crew. You could say that Cecil and his crew are meant to be the S.H.I.E.L.D. of this universe, but even S.H.I.E.L.D. wasn't exactly squeaky clean in Marvel, is what I'm trying to say. There's also Invincible's relationship with Amber that seems to be getting worse and worse, with Mark constantly being late to various events. And yeah, I figured that this relationship just would not work at all. And even considering what happens to Invincible in this episode, I think that this relationship isn't going to last much longer. What this episode did give us, however, is a really well done story with a twist that a lot of audiences won't see coming, and probably one of my favorite action scenes in the series thus far. Plus, Jeffrey Donovan being allowed to be a total ham sandwich when it comes to being the villain. What I mean is he's being extremely hammy, and I love his evil robot voice. So yeah, Invincible Episode 5 is definitely a positive one, and I'm definitely going to check out the last 3 to see how they wrap this whole story up. See you next time.